Jesus, all through his life, he gave his disciples 2 instructions. And one of those instructions was that he said, tarry in Jerusalem until after you have been endued with power. Are we together? That was one of the instructions he gave his disciples. And almost everyone is conversant with that instruction. But one of the instructions he gave to them that we neglect today and think is for pastor is this. Can we read it together now? And he said to them, do what? Go into all the world and do what? Preach the gospel. Now the question is, there was no pastor mentioned there. There was no apostle mentioned there. There was no prophet mentioned there. He said, go into the world and preach to all creation. So the word for global evangelization is not the work of your pastor. The work of evangelism is not the work of the evangelism department. As a matter of fact, your life begins when you understand this commission. Jesus speaking said, go into the world and preach. There was no exception to that. There was no position called to that. Regardless what you are doing, your position perhaps, go into the world and do what? And preach to all creation. Now my question about this conversation between Jesus and his disciples was the fact that when you get back to Luke chapter 10 verse 17, and his disciples returned back to him and said, Master, even devils listen to us when we cast them out of people. And Jesus said to them, don't be excited because you casted out devils in my name. Verse 20, this is my emphasis this night. He said, be excited because that your name is written in the book of life. Goodness. So I can cast out devils and go to hell. So I can do all miracles and go to hell. So I can have all the resources on earth and go to hell. That what Jesus sent us first to do as a church or as his people on earth is to do what? Is to evangelize the world and bring men to the saving knowledge of Jesus. What that tells me is that we are majoring on the minor and minoring on the major.